So the first application I wanted to show you, this is just the website that the team put together, is this Desmos website. And I can include links to these if you would like, but as you can see up here is simply teacher.desmos.com. Desmos is an online platform for mathematic activities, learning, information, whatever the case may be. I'm just looking and seeing that the recording of the screen might be a little fuzzy. I'm really sorry, Sherry, but I'm kind of at a loss for options now, and I apologize. So this is just the homepage that you would see on Desmos. You can search for activities up here if you know a specific activity. You can search for topics. So if I were to put in here, for example, polynomials, if you were teaching that for grade 9, 10, whatever grade you're teaching, and it will show you a bunch of activities that are related to polynomials. There are French resources. The only downside is that obviously there are many fewer resources in French than there are in English, but it's still great. I'm just going to show you a couple so you can kind of get a feel for how Desmos works. I use it a lot, actually. I did use it a lot during COVID. It's very easy to just simply, I'll just show you. There's a game that I quite like for transformations in grade 7. It's called Transformation Golf. So after you've done some direct instruction, Transformation Golf right here. Done some instruction on transformations and how they work, typical traditional teaching. I like to use this to sort of give the students time to manipulate shapes, use their own brains, and sort of play with their spatial awareness to understand how the game actually works. So what you can do if you're teaching is you can just simply, this button right here, create a class code. If you click that, you'll be given a code here. And you can give that code to your students, and all they do is go to desmos.com, put in that code, and then they'll be in your class sort of thing, but just for this one activity. And how that works then is they will see this screen. It will come up and they'll begin the activity. They can read the instructions, hit the next button up here. And just like I said, the goal is to get this shape to go where this shape is. That's hence the name of golf, by getting around the obstacles. So you tell it you want to do a translation, and you're going to explain what kind of translation you want to move. So I want to move it that way. You can do that. Anyway, I'm not going to walk through the whole thing, but it is really great for them to get an idea of how, so translate, rotate, reflect. And you can do several, and it's just a way for them to sort of play with their transformations and see how it actually works. And then they can, as they move through, there's a teacher dashboard that you can see. I wonder if I'll be able to actually see it. I don't think I can actually see it without a class actually using it. I can record a video of that later if you would like, just let me know. But there is a teacher dashboard that comes up, and on that teacher dashboard, it will show you what slide your students are on, or what page, if they've done it correctly or not, what steps they took. You can see all of the data from your students, and often they'll even have spots in here where your students can type in responses. So it says describe the sequence of transformations, and they can type it in and explain. So this part you could do in French if you would like. So it's a really, really great tool for letting your students play with the math and play with their spatial awareness while you actually can still use it for assessment. Naturally, I would use this as a formative assessment rather than summative, because it's not really gradable, but it is absolutely a formative assessment type tool where you can see just how your students are doing. There was another activity that I want to show you really, really quickly, because I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but it was in the linear section. It's called marble slides. So what I quite like about this is that it's a game, and you can see there's parabolas. This one is linear, there's exponential, there's periodic, so there's lots of different kinds. I guess I'll click on periodic. So this would be high school, but it would be the same idea. I'll click student preview to show you how it looks. So they get this sort of graph, and it says, click launch to see what you need to do. The goal of the game is to collect all of the stars. So it seems simple and seems like just playing. So this is just an example. See, you collect all the stars, you win. But if you go to the next slide, you'll see, some of the stars aren't actually on the line. So what you need to do is go over here to your function and alter this to see how it changes your graph, to see if you'll be able to collect the stars. So for example, if I deleted this coefficient of 1/2 in my graph, did it do what I wanted it to do? Well, not really. I know it's going to collect 2 of the stars, but not these 2 down here. So I, as a student, need to figure out, okay, that didn't work. How do I make the amplitude of this wave big enough for it to collect those stars. Okay, well, if I change that to 4, it's looking more promising because we're getting down there, but it's still not quite right. So I know I need to add another, see, and I'm getting closer. So the point is, it helps students understand how these coefficients and constants affect the actual function. And it's a really, really, really wonderful tool to help students understand how altering constants actually has an effect on their graph rather than it just being this abstract thing. Plus, it's a game. They get to see how their marbles slide and if they can collect all their stars. So I really, really, really like this activity.